My name's Rayyan Asari, I'm 16 years old and I go to the Young Speakers Club.
And can you tell us why did you join the Young Speakers Club and how have you benefited?
So initially, my parents made me come here and I didn't know what it was, so I didn't really want to come. But after the first few sessions, I realised that it was really beneficial for me. I've been going for quite a few months now, and throughout these months I've become a much better speaker and communicator. I won the award for the best young speaker for my age group, and I'm really proud of myself because at the start of the Young Speakers Club I was quite nervous about speaking to an audience. However, I've definitely become better, and it's been quite good.
How important is it to be a good communicator in today's world, in your opinion?
In my opinion, it's very, very important to be a good speaker nowadays, especially for young people, because now more people are listening to the voice of the youth, and also the older you get, the more you need to speak publicly. So I know for the young people who might be in primary school, it's best they start then, very early, because the older you get, you speak more. So if you're doing your GCSEs, you need to do a speech. If you're going to university, you need to do interviews in front of a panel or several interviewers. So it's really important to be a good communicator.
Would you advise other people of your age to take up public speaking and to join such Young Speakers Club?
Definitely. If you're not part of some sort of public speaking group, I'd definitely recommend it. Even if you've had experience in the past, it's always good to to stay part of a group so you can continue speaking, so you don't lose the skill of speaking to an audience.
So as you said, you did win the Young Speakers Club in your age category, so congratulations. How does it feel?
Thank you.
To be a winner?
Yeah, it feels really good. I'm really proud of myself, especially because I remember when I started the Young Speakers Club, when I gave my first speech to around 30 people, I was quite nervous and I was a little bit anxious. But when I did my final one, the award-winning one, I felt quite calm and relaxed and in control of the room when I was giving it. And whilst I was giving the speech, I could tell the difference of what my speech was like, even though I was giving it, and it was really quite amazing to see how much I changed.
But do you get practice in public speaking in schools, and do you get this kind of practice that you've been receiving in Young Speakers Club?
No, Young Speakers Club is a lot more based on giving speeches to public, which is quite helpful because you don't actually get it in school. You only do it a little bit in high school, but not as much as you need for the future.
Okay, thank you.
My name is Sarah Azhar and I'm 11 years old.
Sarah, can you tell us why did you join the Young Speakers Club and what have you learned from attending the club?
I joined this Young Speakers Club to develop my skills of confidence and communication, and I really feel that I've gained those skills and that I feel a lot more confident when I speak. And how we did at the competition, I felt a lot more confident and I found it a lot easier to speak and that my words are flowing easily.
Are you actually taught this in school to become a better communicator, to do public speaking?
No, we're not. So that's quite a big problem because we're not really taught how to do it. We're only taught the main lessons like English, maths and that. So I feel like it's more important to do it, because we're not even taught it, so we'll just lose all those skills of communication.
So how important is it to be a good communicator in today's world?
It's very important because as social media and technology develops, people are losing their skills of communication and so can't speak to each other, and they don't know how to speak out loud. They only know how to communicate with texting and messages.
So do you think if people were better communicators, then they'll be able to understand one another better? Do you think that we will be living in a better place, a better world?
Yeah, because otherwise, if it's just texting, then no one really knows what feelings and communication is.
So would you advise other people of your age to take up public speaking and to join such speakers club? for the youngsters?
Yes, I would, because if you start at a younger age, it's easier to develop your communication skills, and when you get older, you'll have interviews for jobs and universities, and so you'll be confident and you'll easily get into that university or that profession that you want to go into.
So for the last week's Young Speakers Club speech competition for your age group category, you was the winner. How does it feel to be a winner of a speech competition?
I felt really happy, and after that success, it kind of boosts your confidence even more, so it'll be easier for you to talk even, like you can communicate even better after having that success.
Thank you.
My name is Mohammed Taha. I am 12 years old.
Mohammed, so can you please tell us why did you join the Young Speakers Club and what have you learned from attending this club?
I wanted to learn how to become a better speaker and boost my confidence, and this really helped me, so I think it was a benefit.
But are you taught this in school as well, about being a good communicator, and do you give speeches? And
There are very limited opportunities, such as like house captains and form captains, but there's very limited opportunities, so not everyone gets to show their voice.
so how did Speakers Club help you become a more confident person and a better communicator?
It really boosted my confidence, as I never thought I would be able to make it this far, and it really helped me show my voice.
And how important is it to be a good communicator in today's world?
It's very important, as it will help you throughout your future as well when you need to do an interview for your universities, and it will help you when, if you have a job and you need to do very important presentations.
Would you advise other people of your age to take up public speaking and to get involved with such clubs?
Definitely, I would like to help them, like show them how important this is, and maybe they might learn something as well.
In your opinion, do you think that in the world that we live in, people are good at communicating with each other?
Sort of. I mean, there's a lot of problems with bullying because people aren't able to communicate. So it's very limited, as not everyone's a good communicator. That's why the Speakers Club is important.
Okay, so in the recent Young Speakers Club speech competition, you were one of the runners-up in your age category. How do you feel about being a runner-up and achieving this?
Well, I was a bit overwhelmed because before I came here, I wasn't that good of a speaker, and I really learned from participating in the Speaker Club.
Thank you.
My name is Malaika Ali and I'm 16 years old.
Okay, Malaika, can you please tell us why did you join the Young Speakers Club and what have you learned from attending this club?
I've learned a lot from attending this club, and I initially was forced by my parents to, but now I'm really grateful to them because of the skills I've learned, both social and communication. I've met with loads of different people of my age group in the club, and I've just really improved leaps and bounds in terms of my confidence, because before, if you'd asked me to even raise my hand in class, then I would have been worried or nervous, but now if you ask me, I can happily and confidently raise my hand and contribute.
Are you actually taught this in school as well? Public speaking, giving speeches, becoming a good communicator. Is that something that's taught in schools as well, or are we lacking that?
I think we are lacking it in terms of compulsory wise, but like I know in my school we have a debate club, so it's really just up to the individual to find out what extracurriculars they have, find out what extra things can be done. And while we do have a couple of presentations we do in class, I don't think enough is being done to push us to our boundaries.
How important is it to be a good communicator in today's world?
I think in today's society, it's really important that we become good communicators because of all the diversity we have. We are so blessed to have this, and if we don't communicate, then these barriers will be broken down, and problems like racism and discrimination will still exist in society today. So I think it's a very vital and key point.
Would you advise other people of your age group to take up public speaking and to get involved with such clubs?
I would strongly recommend it to them because although I and many other people from the club that I've spoken to came by force because of their parents, now we are eternally grateful for the skill set we've developed, and these are skills that we'll continue to use in our day-to-day lives. So I think it's vital.
Would you say people of your age group, they lack confidence in general, and is confidence the key thing?
I think confidence is a key attribute to have, and I think that it really depends on the individual. Like I know in my school, there's some people who are just naturally shy, but when you talk to them, they'll start to open up. So I think everyone has the capacity to come out of their shell and engage with others and really be more confident. So if we can help children and young people to open up, then this will really help them in every aspect of their life.
Okay, so you was one of the runners-up in your age category for the recent speech competition. How do you feel about that?
I'm ecstatic. It still hasn't sunk in yet. I mean, there were so many good other candidates, and we all did really well. I'm really proud of every one of us. So I think it's not the certificate or the award you get that's the key reward. It's what we learn and take from this. Like I know I've grown out of my shell. I knew one of my friends who in the club wasn't too confident in the beginning. She was a bit shy and introvert, but when I got to talk to her, she was quite confident, and what helped her with the process of the club was that she grew and grew and grew until finally she just opened up, and you could see the difference from her day one and the final day was just massive. And with me as well, I'd say I wasn't an introvert, but I was just a bit shy of contributing in class or being known. But now I just don't really mind, because I've learned that people don't really care about you in the sense that because of what you perceive yourself, but because of what you are. And if you grow and you expand all your skill set, then it's not just good for your own personal development, but for how others perceive you and how you're seen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My name's Ali Mohammed. I'm 11 years old and I'm part of the Young Speakers Club.
Can you please tell us why you decided to join the Young Speakers Club, and what have you learned from attending this club?
Well, I decided to join this club because in my previous school I was bullied and I did have quite a lot of confidence, so I thought this would bring me quite a lot of confidence, and I've learned how to speak, stand up for yourself, and how to speak in front of a big audience.
So is that something that you're taught in school as well, about speaking, public speaking and giving speeches, or is that just in this club that you've been given this opportunity?
I've been given the opportunity in the club to do this, but then at school we also have a competition in speaking, so that does help.
So would you say that confidence is the key thing? It's important that children, young people of your age should start now at this age to gain confidence and to learn about public speaking and to become good communicators. You think this is very, very important?
Yes, because there's the saying, when you get wiser, you get older, or your brain doesn't work as well. So I think you need to know how to speak before you get old. So then you know how to do it, and job interviews also, you know how to speak.
Would you, what advice would you give to people of your age to get involved with public speaking and to join such clubs? Would you recommend this?
Yes, I would. I think it's very important, speaking. You're going to need it in your future. You'll see that you'll need it when you're doing your interviews, like I said. And it could help you get a job if something's going wrong with your grades.
Now, you was a runner-up in the speech competition for your age group. How do you feel about that, becoming a runner-up?
It was quite good. I enjoyed it. It was very good. I felt quite good. It was quite hard with more people, with parents too, watching. But I just thought there were pineapples, so it was quite fun when doing the speech. Last year I was the winner last year, but I think this year it would have changed. Last year's topic was cricket, and at that time it was the World Cricket, it was the World Cup, and then I think they might have enjoyed the title more, and this year's was riddles.
Okay, thank you.